Calling all artists. This is the Art Lady, so it's good to have you guys back. Today, we are going to be working with that same element of space. We're going to be doing something called overlapping, and we're going to be learning about cartoon expressions. You know, I like to kind of throw in every couple of lessons, cartooning lessons, because I don't know about you guys, but that was the thing that I wanted to learn first off when I was taking art. So, the reason I teach the way I teach with just the basics on up is because most of my students, when I was teaching junior high, most of my students would come in with what I call the deer in the headlights look. And so if I could break it down to just the nitty gritty, then I know that they were going to be successful. So let's get started. Let's take a look at this fruit basket. Now today the concepts that we're going to be looking at is space, and we're looking at overlapping. So I'm going to be going ahead and showing you a couple of different artists that use overlapping. You know how we talked about Cezanne saying treat all things in nature as a sphere, a cone, and a cylinder. Well, take a look at some of his works, and you can see with this overlapping, it gives us a sense of space. These little guys right here look like they're closer to me than these guys back here. This orange right here, I always call him annoying orange. This annoying orange right here looks like he's in the back. And then we've got the banana peeking out and the pear here. And you can see that we're changing up expressions with this an awful lot. So what I do is I just change one or two little lines, and then I've got a whole different expression. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want you to do is take out your paper, a fresh sheet of paper. And again, I told you before, make sure you're not bearing down on your paper so hard that you're kind of leaving marks in it. Now today I'm going to be working with a 4B, but you can go ahead and work with a 6B. This is a 4B pencil. Now the 4B pencil releases graphite a lot more easily than a 2B, and it's going to create a darker line, but I'm still going to work really lightly. Okay, so I'm going to work with a 4B pencil. I want to always make sure I have my pencil sharpener here, because my pencil sharpener is going to be one of those things that I like to keep a nice sharp pencil. And then here, this is a different kind of eraser. This is called Gum Arabic eraser, and it does the job. It's from Staedtler, and you're going to find that you're going to use different erasers for different things. Usually for me, it's just whatever I can find. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I want to do, if I'm looking at my original, is I want to go ahead and count up how many different expressions I want to do. Now, it's not that important that you do exactly the number on here. I always tell people try 20 of them, because drawing is like anything. The more you do it, the better you're going to be at it. So by doing multiple types of these grapes and multiple types of expressions, you're going to get better at it. The nice thing is that when you're just doodling, you know, and they say that doodling enhances creativity, but let's say you're in a meeting or you're at school, I would never recommend this, but I know I used to do it, is that, you know, you just practice these expressions in whatever you're working on, okay? So as you're listening, because I have to keep my mind active, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So here we have, right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do some overlapping circles. And remember, what I want to do is I want to draw with my whole arm. I don't want to bear down. I want to go 1 and 2, and I'm overlapping them, 3. Do one down here, 20. Now it doesn't have to be exactly like the original picture, you know, it's fine. We're just working on expressions and we're working on overlapping. Now let's get this annoying orange in here, and he's going to overlap here, okay? And then here, one thing I want you to notice about the pear is overlap too. I'm going to do just like I'm doing a grape here, okay, surprisingly. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something bigger here, almost like do you want to build a snowman? But you can see that this circle is going to sit into this one. And then we're going to have our triangulated banana here. You're going to hear my dog in the background, okay, like this. So he needs to get out for a walk. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, this, and this, okay? And so I've got this down so that I'm working with the basic shapes here, okay? So let me show you what's going to happen next. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create, just like we did the other day on having kind of a line on the side. We're not putting this on a table. What we're going to do is we're going to put it down like this and like this, So it looks like it's sitting in a bowl, okay? Now, I think I would probably make it farther down, but you know, let's go ahead and do that for right now, okay? So you have this. Oh, and don't forget, whenever you're working with students, you want to make sure you have them put their first and last name, their period number, and the date. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and let me show you some of the things that we're going to be doing with this. Okay, so let's start over here, and I'm going to go ahead and start right here, and we're just going to do one of these grapes here, and I want to show you how we would begin this. We're going to start with a basic on the face. Now, one of the things I want you to remember is that we're going to go with this, but we're going to make these guys look kind of young, okay? Now, what will happen is that when I put, normally on portraits, what happens is that we look at putting the eyes halfway in the face, but I also want to, these guys are going to look kind of young, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them down a little bit lower than halfway, okay? Oh, that's crummy. Okay, well that doesn't work. Okay, but let's go ahead and try this again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this and like this, okay? And then I'm just going to put here and here, okay? And a cute little smile. He looks pretty contented, okay? Now, what I want to do is I'm going to just go ahead and change up those expressions. So let's take a look at this one here. What I want to do is I want to erase in between here. So let's go ahead and erase some of this, okay? And let's erase in here, because on overlapping, what I want to do is I only want to have certain lines showing. So you see this? If I do this like that, then this one looks like it's in front of this one, okay? Okay, now we're over here at the pear, and watch what I do with the pear. We're going to take the pear, and I'm going to come down like this. You see that? And what happens is I erase these lines right here, and you can see that that's going to give me that pear shape. It's actually two circles that are, one of them is sitting within there. Okay. Okay, now the orange over on this side, same type of thing. I want to have that sitting in here. And remember, this is a cartoon, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. In fact, some of the cartoons I'm seeing out there are just sketches. So, okay, so now what we've got is we've got our fruit basket. So we can see that with this little guy right here, he's pretty, you know, content, innocuous. Well, let's take a look at somebody that, you know, I remember when I was in school, sometimes I would look sleepy. So I'm going to change the shape of this a little bit. They're still ovals, okay, right here. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the eyes across here. I'm going to create a line in the middle, and I'm going to have him looking off to the side. And I got to tell you, this guy looks bored, okay? So now this guy here, he's mad because he doesn't even want to be here. So we've got here, we've got these like this, and then let's give him a little mad face, okay? This one here is laughing because that's his brother probably, and he loves to make his brother mad. And so let's give him a great big laughing face and put his tongue kind of down in between these two. A lot of people put it up right next to the mouth, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to go ahead and hatch this in, okay, like that. And there we have it. So we have the fruit basket, and it could be anything actually, but the fruit basket's going to give you a sense of, here we go, okay, fruit basket's going to get you a sense of depth, so you can see that on these grapes we're looking at things that look like they're in front of each other or in back of each other. Now the other thing that I want to tell, I always got these questions, do I have to color it? No, don't, you know, you don't have to do anything. You want to make your stuff pop. You want to make it look like it's something that's going to be seen across the room. However you do it, use the different elements for it. If you like what you see, go ahead and like it and subscribe and add a comment, please. I Love being with you guys, and we're going to have a good time. Next week, we're going to start on the cone. Happy drawing.